It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019 100.5, 1450 WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
Coach's Show is brought to you in part by Ideas Tees. They'll be happy to help you fulfill all of your imprinted apparel, embroidery, and advertising specialty needs. IdeasTees.com and a brand new location over by MTCS just off of Memorial Boulevard. It's time to talk some Wolverine football this morning. Chris Johnson joins us this morning. And Coach, you had to play the Oakland Patriots, and everybody so far who's played Oakland this year has had the same result. But
well, we were in staff meeting last week. We were watching the film this weekend, and we knew this team is legit. I mean, sometimes you look at film and the film can fool you.
Yeah.
But there's number 14 is probably the best player I've seen on film all year, and they came out and played like it. They have good players everywhere on the field, and so hats off to Coach Creasy and that team. They're good. We just played arguably, I believe that we just played the state champions.
That says a lot.
I mean, they're good.
Sometimes we see the fact that a team that rolls in and it's the logo on the helmet that sometimes kids talk and they know there are no secrets in Rutherford County. How did your guys handle that last night, do you think?
I thought our guys they came back out in the second half and fought. The first half, it was the things that gets under your skin and a little bit as a coach is there were a lot of individual plays made by individuals on their team, and a guy goes through the line and kind of beats 3 or 4 people and makes an interception, or the guy runs down, one guy goes down and strips the ball and takes it to the house. Those are individual plays that you don't like to see. You like to see the guys fight a little harder and come together as a team. Early in the game, we didn't do that, and before we knew it, we looked up. It's 21-0 in the first quarter off of individual plays, and so
the games that have such a quick start like that, it's like you're spinning your wheel here, and then all of a sudden you look up and there can be long faces. So I'm sure the second half effort last night sounds like they didn't let it get to them too badly.
No, we came back out. Our defense, did well and got an interception. We actually had 2 interceptions last night. Micah Payne went up and made a great play in the first half and got an interception. Jacoby Miller came back out. I think they ran a screen play and he jumped it and thought he was going to take it to the house, but he kind of cut back and got caught. But they came back out and fought. And so really proud of our seniors. It was our senior night. So really proud of our seniors, especially those guys like Kevin Ruiz and, Micah Payne and Drayton DeMoss and all these guys that have been there and played 4 years. Elijah Miller, Phillips rather. Proud of these guys and how they came back out and fought as a senior to be able to say, hey, I gave 4 years of my life to Laverne High School, and we fought hard. And I told them last night the results weren't what we wanted them to be, but I really appreciated how they came back out and sacrificed and fought.
You bring up something really interesting, and for a kid like Micah who or any of the seniors who have been through what the program has, and to still be there on senior night, probably the typical kid may just throw up their hands and say, I'm going to do something else.
Yeah, and that has happened. We've had some kids, over the years
sure.
that I've know of that have gone on to do something else, and these kids are still out here fighting. And let me say, I know people may wonder, like, what is he going to say? How do you come into an interview and talk about what's happening at Laverne?
Sure.
There's some things that people cannot see. You know, last night our crowd attendance was phenomenal, and we are where we are as far as no wins, but we're winning in some other areas. To see our tickets and our gate, those revenues are skyrocketing. Support from our community is there. So when we talk about, the program, we're seeing a lot of program wins. That's not showing on the scoreboard yet. And, here in the days to come, I'll kind of let everyone know, like, what are some of those things. But, we're really, really optimistic about the things that are happening in our program and in our school building, about our football program and our athletics period that we really can build on.
Well, Chris, it's about, you have a football event, football night, but there are so many things that go into that. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you're seeing victories, during the weekend practice, for instance.
Yeah.
When that light bulb finally goes off and kids get it and understand. I mean, there's still a lot about you that they don't know,
Yeah.
and vice versa.
Most definitely. And I mean, to your point, there's, we're still seeing kids showing up and practicing and still engaged. And that's something that a lot of people thought we wouldn't see. But we have kids that are still locked in and still fighting. And when you couple that with, some of the other things that's happening around our program, you look at the future, and we've got a lot of young guys. Man, we had some freshmen last night that, I had a freshman quarterback, Deacon Hanlon, that got in, made some great throws. Threw it to a freshman receiver, Denham Hall, who made a great catch, got upfield. Tyler Woods came in. He has been battling a knee injury, but he got in and last night he returned kicks for us. Thomas Dixon returned kicks for us, got in on the offense a little bit. And so these are all freshmen that were getting game experience. And so we're really excited about where they're headed.
Well, getting game experience, and you all already have proclaimed, but there's more football to see, but against a really good football team. So, I mean, it's easy to pull out the measuring stick and say, this is where we want to take this program.
Yeah, most definitely. And so we told the guys, last night, hey, although we like to dwell on this one, we can't. Sure. That one is over. We've got another opportunity ahead of us. And so it's time to, focus back in, lock back in, and we've got 2 opportunities left, and we're going to go finish strong.
And Chris Johnson with us talking Laverne football this morning. Senior night, there always seems to be something on a home game event. And boy, I tell you, after this year, you all have to know how to put on a home game, because have you got one more at home left?
No, that was our last one. We did 7 home games this year.
Okay,
yeah.
So 7 of the first. You've only been on the road once, right?
Right.
So
yeah, and really the one of the road games was actually Rockville. We rescheduled that and went to Rockville.
That's right.
And so
that was the rainy night.
That was the rainy night. Yeah. And so we've had 7 home games, which was is good for our school.
Sure.
We needed the gate and the excitement, and as you're building culture, the many times you can kind of cast vision on what that should look like. We were able to do that and got better at some things, and so we needed all 7 of those to kind of set our standard a little bit, and so when we look forward to. I think our guys are ready to go on the road now, just to kind of break it up a little bit. And,
I'm sure all those workers and ticket takers and concession stand
100%, and our principals, administration probably needs a break as well. And
but hats off to all those folks who made that happen.
Coach Jones, our athletic director, has done a phenomenal job every week, making sure the things that we don't have to worry about, he makes sure it gets done. And so I want to give a special thanks and shout out to him. And Dr. Hatchett and our administration for being there every game and making sure the game flows. But we're excited about, like I said, the program and where it's headed. And to your point, having those home games gives us an idea of what we can build on. And so we've learned a lot, and we're excited about going on the road. And another thing is we're excited about setting some momentum for the off season. So we talked to the guys about these next 2 games. Let's carry some momentum into our off season. And we really didn't have that last year. My coaches got in about April, and so we really haven't had time with the kids in an off season. And so we're excited about carrying some momentum over the next 2 games for that.
Yeah. Well, the next one is always the game that Smyrna circles on their list of games, and so do everybody at Laverne. I mean, it's the battle of Sam Ridley, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
Well, I'm learning some of the steep traditions and history of the community, and from what I've heard and what everybody's telling me, this is a big game. And from my understanding, I don't think Laverne has beat Smyrna in the past 29 years or so, and so this is a big game for our school and our students, and hopefully we can go out there and make history.
Well, it will be almost like a home game. You just drive on the other side of from Sam Ridley to Lee Victory.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. It's almost a home game, and the kids know each other, and I think that's the thing. A lot of these kids grew up together, and they all went to middle school or elementary school together. We've got guys that are already kind of talking back and forth, so it's going to be fun.
Well, we're going to have that as our WGNS and Big GTV broadcast Friday night broadcast, and looking forward to seeing your Wolverines next Friday at Smyrna and broadcasting the game, and see you back here Saturday too.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. That's Chris Johnson joining us here on the Coaches Show, which is brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial construction concrete construction contractor. That's it. That's a lot of C's. Serving Middle Tennessee, Dan France Concrete.
Choosing the right insurance can be overwhelming. That's where Rick Hall at Rayburn Insurance